Squirrel tag. John the squirrel was out playing with his friends in the woods. I don't know if you have ever seen a squirrel play, but they are a little bit crazy. They love to run around and climb very fast. The squirrels were playing a cool game of tag that was popular with the young squirrels. John knew that he was fast. He wanted everyone else to know too. Whenever one of his friends became it and tried to tag him, he would yawn at them and laugh. "Ha ha, slowpoke, you can't catch me. You are so slow." His friends started to get a little bit annoyed, even angry at how rudely he said it. But they were having fun and continued to play anyway. Whenever John would get tagged, he would brag by telling his friends that they could only catch him because he wanted to be tagged, just to have a turn to be it. Whenever he did get to be it, he would quickly manage to get close to one of his friends, and every time he tagged them, he would say things like, "Ha ha, I gotcha, you really stink at this. Maybe you should stick to playing with the slower kids." Or, "You're so dumb for even trying to catch me or come anywhere close to me. You don't stand a chance." At one point, another really young little squirrel wanted to play too. He was a whole year younger than John and his friends. All John's friends were excited to have the new squirrel join their game. John wasn't so nice to him, though. "You're not good enough to play with us," he told the young squirrel. Of course, that hurt the young squirrel's feelings, and he started to cry and yell back, "I am too!" "Cannot," said John. John's friends had enough. "Come with us," one of them told the younger squirrel. "We will go play somewhere else." They walked away from John there as he yelled after them, "Fine! I didn't want to play with you guys anyway. You're dumb." After a while, John got lonely. The next day he went out to play again. This time, though, none of the other squirrels wanted to play with him. Even his best friends didn't want him to join their game. It was like that for John the squirrel for 3 whole days. On the 3rd day, he started crying under a tree because he was sad no one would play with him. "What's wrong?" one of his friends came up to ask. "No one wants to play with me anymore, and I just don't know why," John told him. "Well, maybe it had to do with the mean things you were saying last time we played together. My mom says the more courtesy you give, the more you get from others in return." John thought about this for a moment. He had never heard the word courtesy before. Besides, what had he done that was so mean? "I didn't do anything mean. I don't know what you mean," he told his friend. "Well," his friend began, "maybe it didn't seem very mean to you, but some of the things you were saying playing tag the other day hurt a lot of our feelings. It made us feel bad and not want to play anymore. Courtesy is about being nice to others and looking out to make each other feel good so that we can all have fun, like living like great teammates." John nodded to his friend, who went back to playing. He dried the tears off his cheek and thought hard about this whole courtesy thing. That game of tag was on his mind all that night. He barely slept at all. The next morning, he decided he knew how to fix it. He would go to his friends and apologize for being mean. Then he would make it up to them by letting each one know something he liked about them. He went to them and told him that he did not know what courtesy was, or that it was so important until a friend taught him. He showed his friends that he understood now that some things he said could hurt someone's feelings, that they would have hurt his feelings too if someone else had said that to him. He promised to use his courtesy and be nice as he pointed out each of his friends in turn to tell them one amazing thing about themselves. Then he asked each one for another chance to play games with them. His friends were happy to have him back, and they always liked playing with him, just not always playing with his ego. They smiled and started playing tag together again. They were all glad to have their friend back. The end. What did you learn about this story about courtesy and respect? Respect is treating others the way they like to be treated. What are some ways your friends like to be treated? What are some ways you like to be treated? Courtesy is being nice to others. Think about how you feel in their shoes. Before you say anything, would it be something that would upset you?